Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my home here in Santa Monica, California, and welcome to September part 1 plant haul. This is a very big collective California plant haul. I am heading to Las Vegas tonight for the work week, so I'm gonna be gone for a handful of days. I swear, as I start this video, the construction starts up. I swear. Apparently they're still doing construction next door even if I was gone for a couple of weeks, so bear with me and the sound next door. But I wanted to go ahead and share with you about 20 plants that I purchased yesterday. I went to 5 different locations and I picked up plants from every single location. This was a very fun day for me. It was my day off from teaching and dancing, and it was a day full of plants. So I took my grandma up north to Santa Barbara, which is easily way over an hour from here. So I think it took us an hour and a half without traffic, a little over that with traffic to get to Santa Barbara. I revisited 2 nurseries. Then from there I went to Carpinteria, to another plant nursery I visited before, followed by 2 nurseries in Ventura. One I've been to for, one I haven't. And I rarely go out there. The last time I was there was 6 months ago. So I wanted to go ahead and do a belated birthday day for my grandma because I was in the Philippines when her birthday fell in the month of August. So I wanted to go ahead and spend time with her before she goes back to Hawaii. So this is her last day in Santa Monica. On Monday my grandma's going home, so today is her last day. She's spending the last few days of her time here up here in the mainland in Las Vegas, and then she'll fly home from there. So today's the last day my grandma's here, so she's very busy getting the place set up for her time away. She'll be back at the end of the year, probably mid-December, to spend the holidays with my mom and I. And I'll probably travel in the beginning of the year to my next out of the country trip, so stay tuned for that. In today's video, I'm gonna try to remember the order of the plants and what was my thoughts initially when I picked it up and why did I get it. A bunch of these plants are repurchased plants. Also, shout out to my mom for this cute blouse. She presented this to me for one of my birthday gifts, so I decided to wear it for today's haul. The first place I went to was Santa Barbara, and if you haven't checked out the come with me's, there are 5 come with me's. It was super hot. My grandma was in a bunch of them with Ebby. Other than that, they were probably sitting in the car because it was too hot for them. So I got another plant that I wanted to repurchase, and this is a begonia, and I am in love with this Begonia maculata. It's a spotted begonia. I have one from probably my wish list plants that I've wanted way over a year ago, and I purchased it for a lot of money in West Hollywood, I want to say over a year ago. And when I initially got it, and it's a rare plant for me, it had a lot of crispy leaves and it wasn't looking that great, but I didn't care because it was something that I've been wanting for a long time, so I just bought it anyway. It's doing okay in my bathroom. It's doing at least the best it can be for what it is right now, but I've never come across that plant ever in a retail space up until yesterday. It was the only one and I had to get it. I looked at it a few times and I was like, you know what, I want it because I've never seen it in bloom in person. So here are the current blooms, and this one is taller than mine's. Probably the same amount of leaves, but the growth is different, so it's taller, longer than mine's, and in full bloom. So look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? The only thing that like maybe kind of think about like maybe not was the way how it was growing. So as you can see, they took a cutting from there right here, and now it's like growing off to the side. So if I stand the pot up, it's growing this way. So I could either just kind of keep it like this, or what I could do is maybe cut the stem here and then stick the ends in water and hope for water roots when it's done blooming, or I could just leave it like this. So it kind of has like a really messed up growth spurt, or the way how it is right now, just like my one Philodendron Florida Ghost that I got in West Hollywood, where they took a cutting from it, or it is a cutting and they just look funny. So I don't know, we'll see. Sound off in the comments below, what would you do if this was your begonia? Would you just keep it like this and let it just grow off to the side, or would you try to fix it and have it grow upright? I don't know, I'm gonna think about it, but I'm enjoying this plant in my collection. It's so stunning, right? So I can't wait to put this one next to my original one. I love begonias, especially the maculata. Nice spotted leaves, you can't say no to that. And of course, white beautiful blooms. So that was my first purchased at the first location. Now moving on to the second location, I purchased, let's see, I purchased 1, 2, 3, wait, 2 plants maybe? 3 plants. I purchased 3 plants. Okay, here is the first plant I picked up from the second location. A Rhipsalis that I've been eyeing out. This is kind of common wherever I go for my channel, but never in the best looking condition. It's usually found in a smaller pot and very sparse looking, but this is a very big full pot of this Rhipsalis, so I could not pass up. Out of all the Rhipsalises, this is not my favorite one, so I never was like, oh my goodness, I gotta get it. But because I collect Rhipsalises, I was like, one day I'll get it. I just have to wait for the perfect opportunity. So the price was right. It's nice and full. This was the most fullest planter out of the bunch that they had to offer, and it's in the best condition I've ever seen this plant in a retail space. So I'm really excited to add this one to my collection finally, and I'm in love with Rhipsalises. So this was a really cool find for me and a plant that I don't have. So this was my Rhipsalis for the second location. So first Rhipsalis purchase of the day. Look at that, very cool, right? Plant was found in the greenhouse at the second location, and they labeled it as Peperomia Glabella. I have Peperomia Glabella, but mine is more compact, more tight, and not spaced out like this, with smaller leaves, and it has that Peperomia bloom. Now this Peperomia Glabella, I think it's mislabeled, correct me if I'm wrong, looks more of a scandens type of Peperomia, so it pulls more towards my Peperomia scandens variegata, but all green. So I want to say maybe this was mislabeled and this is Peperomia scandens, not Glabella, because my Glabella does not look like this. This looks like scandens to me, but I got it anyway because I don't have a Peperomia scandens, so I purchased it. I collect Peperomias as well, so sound off down below if you have the Glabella. Do you think yours look like this, or does it look like my Glabella? Mine is currently living in my bathroom. So I was really excited to see another Peperomia. In fact, last time I went to that nursery, I picked up another Peperomia Amigo. Marcelo is the one that I got from there last time. Okay, so then in the greenhouse, I get attracted to plants I already have in my collection, and I repurchased another Tradescantia Nanook. I think that is how you pronounce this variation. And I couldn't pass it up because of the lavender and green in it. Just take a look at it. I have this plant already, and I think I originally got mine from maybe Lakewood. I want to say I got my original one like this in Lakewood. It wasn't as full as this, and mine is currently living in my bathroom, so I'm kind of interested to put them side by side if they're really identical or slightly different. But I could not pass it up. I love this plant so much. I love the fullness of it, and it just looks really awesome that I couldn't pass it up, so I got another one. So we'll see. It could be slightly different, it could be the same thing, and if it is the same thing, I'll go ahead and put it in the same planter and they can just all live happily together. But look at this, like, how can you say no to these beautiful lavender and green? Like, oh, so good. So that was the 3 plants I purchased from the Santa Barbara second location. Okay, so then I made my way to Carpinteria, and in Carpinteria, I'm trying to think what I bought. Oh, I bought a box full of plants. Here is my haul from Carpinteria. So it is midway between here and Santa Barbara. So this is the second time I've been to this location, and the first plant I picked up was this Sedum, and I forget the exact name of this, but it is a Sedum, and it reminds me of the donkey's tail because you don't want to touch this. It'll start falling off and then you're losing beads everywhere. So let me try to untangle him from the hearts. So this is a very fun Sedum that I don't have in my collection. I'm gonna try my best to not lose any more beads. But if I do have any beads, I'm just gonna throw them on the top here and it'll repropagate. So let me know in the comments down below if you have this sedum and how do you have your styled. I think I'm gonna put it maybe in a slightly bigger terracotta planter and just let it be and have it cascade over. But how cool is this, right? It looks like a string of beads if there was such thing. So yeah, it kind of has like a senecio and a sedum vibe, like crossed in between. So this was a very fun sedum to have in my collection and for yesterday's haul. So got that. That was very cool. And I always think to myself, because I'm a huge fan of houseplants, but then there's certain plants that I never knew existed and I come across them that's a succulent or a cacti and I'm like, I gotta have that plant. So that was one of them. I never knew of this plant, and when I seen it I was like, this is so interesting, this is so fascinating to just look at. I want it in my collection, so got this. And this was, I want to say, under $5, so very inexpensive. But again, when you start adding them up, they get expensive. I want to talk about all of the plant babies in here, which are all repurchased babies. I have these plants in my collection, but like you see, I will repurchase plants if I love them so much, I come across them again and I want to make my planter full, or if I feel like they're rare and I have them and they're doing good and I see more, I want more. So in this case, I wanted to get another variegated watch chain, and I got my original variegated watch chain from this location. So I was hoping that they were gonna get bigger watch chains available for pot size wise, but they didn't. So I just repurchased another one and I'm gonna put them two together. I love mine so much. I look at it quite often when I'm looking at my succulent shelf, and I think maybe this time around I might have stuck it in the front here, no maybe not, to try to get more sun so that it gets more hues of pink in it. So got another one like that. So speaking of hues of pink, my original variegated string of hearts is doing so good in my bathroom, and back then I bought one, and then after that I was like, Jewelyn, why didn't you buy more? You know you love the string of hearts, and variegated string of hearts are rare for me, so they don't really come across very often in retail spaces. I didn't pick up just one, I picked up two. I know, three. I picked up 3 string of hearts. So my plan is I'm going to gang them up together, right, for a bigger planter. Maybe one of them I'm going to propagate them and have it live in my greenhouse. So I think I'm going to do one for propagation, and maybe these two out of the 3, gang them up with my original one to make it a fuller planter. And then the propagated babies, I'll just have them grow in my greenhouse. I can sell them, gift them, trade them for the future. But I bought 3, so not mad about that. I love this plant so much and it's rare. So if you're a plant enthusiast, plant junkie, you know that the string of hearts variegated is hard to come across, and I couldn't pass it up. Another plant that is very hard to come across that I have in my collection that is doing really well is the variegated string of pearls. As you can see, I have a thing for variegated plants. So my variegated string of pearls is doing really good. I got my original one from Santa Barbara, which is the first location that I went to this time around. They didn't have it there, but they had it here at this location in Carpinteria. So I bought 1, 2, and 3. I bought 3. So again, what am I gonna do? I'm probably going to gang maybe 1 or 2 with my original one, we'll see. And then I'm going to propagate another one, separate them, and propagate it in my greenhouse for the future. You know, to gift, sell, trade, who knows. I just like having them on hand. And this is a rare plant for me. So that is my little haul from Carpinteria. It's a good one. Again, all rare plants for me, and I picked up a really fun sedum. So stay tuned to see what I do with my repurchased babies. I mean, I really like the way how my silver dollar vine looks like when I repurchased my second one and grouped it up with my small little original one. So I want to do that for these rare babies in my collection. I love them. Like variegated string of pearls and variegated string of hearts and variegated watch chain. oh my goodness, like they just make me happy inside. So crazy plant lady, right? Okay, so then where did I go to next? I went to a nursery in Ventura. Never been to this one before. Let's talk about the haul that I got, because I got some really cool plants. So the first plant I came across when I walked into that space was this variegated crocodile alope. Now I seen one originally in Arizona and I really wanted it, but I don't know what the price tag was, and that nursery in the middle of nowhere was very expensive. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna pay $80 to $100 for this variegated aloe because I don't collect aloes. So it wasn't like something I had to have. I just know that it's rare and super cool. So I finally came across one, and look at this variegated baby. Like, can you not? Like, how cool is that? I'll give it a spin. Also, look, some bonus babies in here. Oh my goodness. So that is pretty cool. So here's a little spin of what this variegated crocodile aloe looks like. So pretty, right? Oh my goodness, I love this baby so much. So this was something I've been eyeing out for a long time. I just don't come across this plant very often. Again, I seen it once in Arizona and I was like, how does this exist in plant life? Of course, a variegated baby, right? So that was my first cool find. Then I came across this Rhipsalis, and I believe Catherine has this one. And I've been wanting this for a long time and I haven't come across it until now. So I got me this Rhipsalis. I have to find the specific ID on this one. So if you know, leave a comment down below, and maybe by the time this video gets up, I'll find the ID. And again, another Rhipsalis I don't have. So the Rhipsalis collection continues to grow. Also stay tuned because I am going to be going to a fall plant show in Encino next week Saturday, which is Carrie's birthday, and I'm gonna see Carrie when I'm back from Las Vegas, which I'm excited to gift her some plant babies for her birthday. But stay tuned because I have never been to their fall plant sale before, and it's one day, so I'm gonna go when I'm done teaching my morning classes. So stay tuned for another come with me to that plant festival along with a plant haul. Who knows? I'm hoping I find more Rhipsalises there for that cactus succulent show. And another cool variegated baby, and I don't collect these babies, but I do have a few in my collection. And this is a variegated kissteria, and Carrie has a big collection of kisterias and haworthias. I just have a handful. If they speak to me, I'll pick them up. But I know variegated kisterias are uncommon plants, so I went and picked it up. Now if you look really closely, there's a baby here and then two babies there. Oh wait, actually no, there's more babies. Oh my goodness. Okay, if you look really close down here in the planter, there's another baby there. So 4 babies. But take a look at this. Like, can you not? Like, oh, thumbs up the video for this. This one is so cool. Probably the coolest kissteria now in my collection. So that was like my 3 smaller plants that I got from Ventura. Now let's talk about my beautiful big baby that I got from there. Let's put this down and not ruin anybody. Okay, are you ready for like the most beautiful thing? Here is my crested ayoho kiwi. Like, how cool is this? Now you've seen I have a really cool crested ayoho sunburst variegata, which I got, I want to say, come on Jewelyn, think really good. I can't remember the city name. Fallbrook. I got it in Fallbrook, which is on the way to San Diego. It's super cool. It's one of my prized babies in my collection. I want to put it in a plant show. But this is like, it's a whole nother, like, they're both awesome. I can't compare the two. But I'm gonna give it a spin and it'll just speak for itself. Take a look at it. Like, can you just take a moment for this really cool plant baby, right? So this point of view is super cool. Look at the top point of view, super cool, right? But then when you turn it to the side, you're like, whoa, such a stunner, right? It's like a conversational piece. I love it. So this is really exciting. Like, how cool is this? There is also an ayoho here growing on the bottom, so I'm just gonna let it be. I can see this maybe in a white planter, next to my other one. Oh my goodness, I have to introduce them to each other, and I really am excited to see them side by side. So this was probably like the most coolest plant that I picked up in yesterday's plant haul, because I've never seen one grown like this before. Like, how rad is that, right? Like, look at that. So cool. So this was like the cool baby of the day. I went to my last come with me location, and this was in Ventura, the second time I've been to this location. And well, then I went plant crazy. In the greenhouse, I came across this Philodendron Prince of Orange. It's like an orange Congo. Kind of gives me the same vibe. So this is the Prince of Orange. Maybe it's even called like an orange Congo, because it looks like the same thing, but orange. And I've seen this plant from time to time, seen it in the Bay Area last year. So this is like, depending on where you live, this could be a common plant or not a common plant. And I wanted to get it because it was under $20. So I was like, okay, that's a good deal. I've been dropping like a lot of dollars on philodendrons lately. So when I seen this one for a reasonable price, I was like, okay, Jewelyn, are you ready for another big philodendron in your collection? Because this one will get big, like the red Congo. And I was like, you know what? I love philodendrons and the price is really reasonable. I'm gonna get it. Next thing you know, it's in my cart and I have it. So I can't wait to have this join my philodendron collection. So stay tuned, because once I plant up a few babies from this haul, I'm gonna do a collective video featuring my tradescantias and philodendrons. I know I've been talking about that, but what's maybe holding me back is the fact that I do have a lot, and it's gonna take a while to gather them around my collection. But look at how pretty. Let me know if you have the Prince of Orange and how big is yours. Then, of course, Sansevierias. I got two. So this is a Congo. I don't have this one. So slightly different from the whale fin. And I say slightly different because the way how it's grown. So if you look here at the bottom of the planter, and I can even show you the babies here. Do you see how they're curled in? And my whale fins don't grow like that. They are uncurled on the bottom there. So these curl, like hug in, and my whale fins don't hug in at the bottom. So if you look good on the inside, you can see there's like little tunnels in them. They're so cute, right? So there's 1, 2, this is a really interesting one. Look at that, how it's grown here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This mother leaf plant is slightly damaged, but it was the only one for sale, so I couldn't be picky. And I don't know, maybe I've seen this before, and I never thought I needed it in my collection. But you guys see my Sansevieria collection, and I'm trying to regrow my Sansevieria collection. I don't have this one, so I wanted to go ahead and get it. But I just love how it hugs in on the bottom and creates like this little tunnel. It's so cute, right? So I got this, and I'm even looking at my whale fins here, and they are slightly different. Yeah, I love it a lot. So stay tuned to see this planted up in a white planter. Here is the last plant baby in today's haul. This is a Sansevieria that is not ID'd, and I need your help. I'm probably gonna have to research online to see what this is. It's super long and very hardy. So let me try to drop it down so you can see how tall it is. And if you look on this side, there's babies. So sound off in the comments down below, guys. This is a very thick and hardy Sansevieria. It's huge. It's taller than my whale fin. So this is my tallest Sansevieria now, currently in my collection. Never seen this Sansevieria before. I'm really excited about this one because I don't have this Sansevieria. If you look here, it also has like scalloped edges here, like so cool. This looks pretty dangerous. Like you could hurt somebody with it. I don't know what to say. I love this Sansevieria a lot. This was the most expensive baby, I think, in today's plant haul, which is crazy. But that's the way how my plant day went yesterday. So that's what happened in yesterday's Come With Me's. If you haven't watched the Come With Me's, check out the 5 videos prior to this plant haul to see where I went. And it was very fun to take my grandma around for the day and just spend time with her. I'm really sad that today's her last day here in Santa Monica, and the plants, Abby and I will miss her. But stay tuned because my grandma will be back on the channel mid-December when she comes back up to spend the holidays with us. So if you enjoyed seeing my grandma on the channel, enjoyed seeing our Come With Me's out in southern northern California, because I'm still south and that's still south, but it's north of me. Give this video a big thumbs up for all of the new plant babies that I got. Some repurchased babies, some new babies, and I'm looking forward to adding them in my collection, so stay tuned. When I'm back from Las Vegas, I would love to do a planting with Jewelyn. And I'll see you guys soon. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe, support the channel. I do daily videos on this channel at 5 a.m. I love sharing with you my progress and my daily life here with plant life in Santa Monica and beyond. So we'll see what happens over the Las Vegas work week, if I bump into any new plants. I don't really film in Las Vegas anymore because there's nothing to film out there, which is very sad, but there is some plant life there. It's just that with me filming all the time, there's nothing to film anymore out there. So I'm looking forward to seeing my Las Vegas plants in my Las Vegas home. So I'm looking forward to seeing them, and maybe I'll bring a few to add to my bedroom. We'll see. If you enjoyed this plant haul, let me know in the comments down below what was your favorite plant baby, if you have any of them. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye!